there has been one particular change in, or I can say it's a major conceptual change that all readers of older work need to understand, which is the evolution of the modern or grammatically defined sentence and the decline of the classical and more rhetorically defined period. So we are discussing two topics today. One is the sentence, S, and the period, the full stop. So broadly speaking, the grounds on which a sentence is grammatically defined derive from linguistics and use such elements as subject, object, and verb, the SOV. And only one of each is required for a grammatical sentence. Get it? And complete sentences are typographically signaled by initial capital letters and terminal full stops. So that's the modern sentence. Many critics and translators, though, they seem to think that this has always been what a sentence is. But while the word, in various forms, dates back to classical antiquity, its linguistic definition is much more recent. So the word has already evolved through time and has changed. And the understanding of a sentence isn't what it is back then. Especially when you reel in the full stop, the period. So let's say that some elements are being formulated only in the 20th century, the idea of a sentence. Okay, and one must be aware, and you must beware that what exactly the word means in an earlier work to fully understand the use of a sentence. So I referred under rhyme to the first unit of Pierre Penilith as a period, not a sentence. And the distinction is clear if the punctuation of the first edition of 1592 is compared with that of a modernized edition. The first edition has only one full stop. The entire edition only has one full stop at the very end, and it is marked as a single unit. So the integrity of that unit and that it finishes what it does, it has nothing to do with the linguistic completion of a minimal grammatical sense, and it has everything to do with rhythmic completion of a maximal rhetorical sense. So basically the full stop does not mark an end of a complete grammatical unit, but of a complete unit of argument. It marks an end to a period of time, thought, and speech. So it actually acts more like a modern paragraph than a modern sentence. Each colon of a period may be grammatically self-sufficient as able to stand alone in a modern sentence, or only as a clause. But you can say that all are linked in argument also by colons. So the idea of a sentence back then is frankly put, TLDR, is a paragraph of what we have now, even an entire book, as long as it completes an argument. So we'll move on in contrast to the modernized edition, which divides a single period into 3 sentences. Here I will read it out. Having spent many years in studying how to live, and lived a long time without money, having tired my youth with folly, and surfeited my mind with vanity, I begin at length to look back to repentance and address my endeavours to prosperity, full stop, but all in vain, full stop. I sat up late and rose early, contented with the cold, and conversed with scarcity, for all my labours tend to loss. My vulgar muse was despised and neglected, my pains not regarded or slightly rewarded, and I myself, in prime of my best wit, laid open to poverty. The modernizing editor, like this, divides Nash's single period into 3 sentences. So the original paragraph only has one period, but this modernized editing split one into three, making the argument a sequence of statements rather than one complex statement, which is the argument. So structure is lost and the rhyme is